So good evening. Sorry for starting late because of the rain. Notwithstanding, let's just try to do one or two things before we go for tonight. Okay, so last class we started associate, and I was able to discuss what associate is all about, the meaning of associate, and the major challenge now is let's look at how to treat the account of associate when you acquire subsidiary and when you also acquire associate join. So let's look at the question on page 82. Question on page 82, shall we? Now, the statement of financial position of Koski, Akoli and JAV at 34 December 2012 as shown below. Statement of financial position at 34 December 2012 as follows. Non-current asset, freehold property, plant and machinery, you can see the figure in the front. Investment, 1.5 million for Koski. Current assets, inventory, trade receivable, cash, then equity and liability, retained earnings, non-current liability, 12% loan note, loan stock, then trade payable. Bank overdraft. Additional information. Koski acquired 600,000 ordinary share. Are we there? Koski acquired 600,000 ordinary share in Akoli on 1st January 2007 for 1 million naira when retained earnings of Akoli were 200,000. As at that date of acquisition, Akoli, the fair value of the freehold property was considered to be 400,000 greater than its value in Akoli's statement of financial position. Akoli had acquired the property in 1997, January 1997, and the building element comprising 50% of the total value. Its depreciation on cost over 50 years. Koski acquired 225 of ordinary share in JAV on 4 January 2011 for 500,000 when retained earnings of JAV were 150,000 naira. D. Akoli manufacture a component used by both Koski and JAV. Transfer are made by Akoli at a cost plus 25%. Koski held 100,000 inventory on this component as at December 2012. In the same period, Koski sold to JAV, of which JAV had 80,000 naira in inventory as at December 2012. Koski had marked these goods up by 25%. The goodwill of Akoli is impaired and should be fully written off. An impairment loss of 92,000 naira is to be recognized on the investment in JAV. F. The non-controlling interest is valued at full fair value. Akoli's share were trading at 1 naira 60 kobo just prior to acquisition by Koski. You are required prepare consolidated statement of financial position for the year ended, that was about 2012. So, in view of that, this question is, we cannot confirm now, maybe it's a two subsidiary or just one subsidiary. Where's that? So, we have Koski, we have Akoli, and we have JAV. I think our first attempt, Sam, I'll come back over here. Our first attempt, let me pause. See, let's try to look at our workings. I think our workings should be number one, the good structure, right? Don't forget that our principle, the good structure. So for the good structure, don't forget this company, technically as it looks like the acquired two subsidiary, but let's confirm, is it a subsidiary or an associate? I will say that please. Number one, Koski in Akoli, Abi, that's the first person. Koski in Akoli. He acquired many shares. That's the number A. Koski acquired 600,000. Abi, that will be 600,000 divided by what's the number of shares of that subsidiary? The number of shares is 1 million. Divided by 1 million. 1 million. 1 million. Okay. Times 100%. Look for 60%. That means the NCI is what? 40%. So confirm now. This is a what? Subsidiary, because we said we meant to acquire 50% above. Then you are subsidiary. Let's compare the second person now. Koski in JAV Koski.
Mr. Where is the 1 million?
1 million ordinary share of Akoli in the account. Ordinary share of Akoli in the account. Equity. Go to the equity now. Equity of Akoli, have you seen it? Hello? Hello, what?
This 1 million is
That's amount we pay now. The number of shares of Akoli. Go back to the equity component, you see there. 1 million of Akoli. Therefore, JAB. How many shares do we have acquired in JAB? Koski acquire, the operation number C. Koski acquire 225 ordinary share of JAB, abi? So that means you acquire 225,000, right? What is the total number of shares of JAB? Number of shares of JAB, you look like way? No, that. Are we together?
Yes,
That is 750,000. Then times 100%. That will be 30%. So automatically now, what is this? An associate. When you acquire between 20% and 49%, you have what? You have an associate. Now that means we have confirmed now. Koski actually have one subsidiary and what? And one associate. I mean, we have covered that now. So that we have associate. Number 2. Question number 2 now. Let's go for our question number 2 rather. Consideration page. Consideration transfer. Let's try to confirm how much we transfer for each of them. How much we transfer for our colleague? Then, how much we transfer for JAF? The amount paid now? 500 for JAF, Abi? 100,000. Then 1 million for our colleague. Okay? That's consideration transfer. Now, with this, once we are able to confirm this, the next thing is we go and look at our, please, for JAF, for associate. Don't bother after you have gone to this stage. Don't bother saying again. What you have to do now, focus on what? On Akoli. Am I talking now? You get my logic now.
Yes,
Once you have one subsidiary, once you have done the structure and you have confirmed as an associate, what you have to do next, contract to confirm the amount you pay for both of them. Then the next thing now is to now focus on subsidiary alone. Number 3 now. That is our what? Net assets acquired. Abi? That will be for who? For the subsidiary. Who is that person? Akoli. Okay. Then the ordinary share of Akoli, ordinary share of Akoli, how much? 1 million. Then the retained earnings as of that date, our retained earnings, you like it? 200,000. And that communication, please. Now, but information number 1, give us more information. Are we there? No, sorry, number B. That's number B. Let's that would allow. Only at the date of acquisition, accordingly, the fair value of its freehold property was considered to be 400,000 greater than its value in according statement of financial position. That means there was a what? Fair value adjustment. Am I talking now? And now let's go back to this now by saying fair value adjustment. How much is the adjustment, please? 400,000. If I'm correct.
Yes.
Abi? Yes. And before I read further, on the good day now, how much are we expecting now? 1,600,000. Abi? That's our net asset acquired. Net assets acquired. Sam, are you able to see this very well? Eh? Okay, now, the next thing you have to do, so when the moment you have fair adjustment, you have to ask yourself, is it a depreciable asset? Abi? That once you have fair adjustment to ask yourself, is it a depreciable asset? And from the question, it's a freehold property, right? It's a freehold property, freehold property. So now, let's now look at since it will be depreciable, but I remember I will now do my small works now. Movements in fair value. Let me put this so that our clear very well. Let me put this here so that you can see clearly. This adjustment here, let's look at the movement. The movements in fair value adjustment. Now, I'm going to acquire at acquisition date, have you? Then at when? Consolidated date, right? Am I talking? Acquisition date. Then you have your accumulated depreciation will be here. Now, asset on a good day, the whole value, you don't go over 400,000 a day. On the board, there are some things. One thing is embedded in this question. What is that? My God, let me read it now. Let's go back to the question again. At the date of application of our calling, the fair value of the freehold property was considered to be 400,000 naira greater than its fair value in our calling statement for the acquisition. Our calling had acquired the property when? After the last bow 1997. Abi, why give me that information? The reason why that information is that you must determine the remaining years of that asset as at this date. Some question will give you expressly, okay, as at that date, the asset will be 20 years. Am I talking? Anybody think I was checking on phone? But don't find that I'm checking it, alright. Now, where did they buy it? When did they acquire? What did they acquire? Well, not acquire calling for the question. It was acquired on 1/1/207. That means if you acquire, if you buy that set this, and you acquire 1/1/207. How many years is that? 10 years. 10 years. What is the assets here? What let me do for that? I hope you get my message. That will be from the day you acquire to the day you forgot. So from the day you buy the asset to the day you acquire subsidiary, the asset has used how many years? It has used already 10 years. Okay? What do we need? The remaining years as at this date. The building element, property is comprised both land and building. The building element is how much? 50% of the total value. Are we there now? The land should be how much now? 200,000. Then the building will be what? 200,000. Everything is how much now? 400,000. Abi? One pay. So normally land is not depreciated, right? That means what we did now? Dash, right? You know by the way, 200,000. That's for the land. But for the building, now how many years? Let me declare all together. One day, have you seen it? It's divided on cost over how many years? 50 years. So if everything is 50 years, from the day you are part of this day, you know it's to then the remaining life. You know by the way, 40 years. Okay, as at this date, this building remain how many years now? 40 years. So therefore, our annual depreciation will be 200,000 divided by 40 years. You know, 5,000. Now, the next one you ask yourself is this: well, acquire. When are we consolidating? We are consolidating 31st December 2012. How many years is that? That's 6 years. 27, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. How many years is that? 6 years. So our application now will have be multiplied by 6 years. You look at it, 30,000. So our junior here is what? 30,000. So what do we have in balance? 230,000. 170,000. Total now 370,000. So how do we treat it now? So it means that in the profit of subsidiary, we remove how much? 10,000 depreciation. I mean, that's a plan under depreciation. Right? We remove 10,000 as depreciation. What do we do with this figure now? What do we do with 7370? We add it to the non-rental of the subsidiary when you go and you are consolidating. 10,000 from the profit of subsidiary, the 370 will be added to our group financial position in our asset. So that's for that one. So away from that, number 4 now. Number 4 is our non-controlling interest. So our colleague, sorry, is that colleague? Yeah? The subsidiary alone, we are calling, which will be, let's start with number 1. As per financial position, how much is the earnings of parents? Descendants of parents. How much is it for the question? Descendants of parents.
885.
885. Abi, as per my calculation, 8. Yeah, no, subsidiary rather. For subsidiary, according 885. Abi, they will not say less for pre-retained earnings. Abi, pre-retained earnings. Hello, like 200. What do we do with less? Then under depreciation, how much is it? 30,000. Then under depreciation, how much? 30,000. Now the next thing we have to tick off now is intergroup 6. Who made it 6? Who made it 6? Intergroup 6 question number D. Let's look at it now. Let's try to confirm who made it 6. According, Abi, manufactured a component used by both Koski and JAB. According to subsidiary, Abi. Now, transfer are made by Akoli at a cost plus 25%. Koski held 100,000 of inventory in its component at December 2012. In the same period, Koski sold goods to JAB. Okay? That means Akoli sold the goods, right, Abi? We have to only do unrealized profit now. Unrealized profit. That's what's number 5 technically here. Unrealized profit. Okay, according to Koski. According to Koski, how much is the remaining inventory? Oh yeah, how many remaining inventory? How many remaining goods in the inventory? For the question, 100,000 a day. That will be 100,000. Then how do they mark up? Is it a mark up? Cost plus. That's 20. Please send it guys. That will 20. 25 over 125. Look for one. Yeah. 20,000. Now, don't forget also that Koski sold good to JAB. So Koski to JAB. Koski to JAB. Yeah, how many goods remain in the store for Koski to JAB? In the same period, Koski sold good to JAB, of which 80,000. I mean, that will be 80,000. How do you mark it up? 25% of markup, right? Also, 25 over 125. You know there? 16,000. That is 16,000. Now, please, this is why you have to be very careful. This is okay. Please look up a little bit, please. This is a sales between parent and who? An associate. Abi? Am I talking? Yes. Please pay attention to this area now. That's what we used to do. What do we do with this figure? So for the profit of the seller. Who is seller? Akoli. Only Abi. And okay, unrealized profits. Unrealized profits. You know there? 20 Abi. As if I play the video, can go? Good deal. Who will actually know why? C'est mistake qui est économique. Et ça détache. Non controlling interest. We are the NCI at fair value. Ça on peut figure. Abi? We are the et sọ̀rọ̀. We are the FSC our the can put post already. You know there? How to measure it? Fún fẹ́ wà lábí, ó lè ní kó èlò ló wà bẹ́ẹ̀. 1 naira from the question. Wọ́n ní ká lo 1 naira 60 kobo times how many shares belong to NCI? 40% of 1 million àbí? Ó jẹ́ ìlú bẹ́ẹ̀. Ó jẹ́ ìlú 400,000. Ó yá, ó jẹ́ ìlú bẹ́ẹ̀. 640,000. Ẹ̀yin class ẹ̀ burú léyàn ẹ̀yìn ń wò mí. Láti fẹ́ ẹ̀yìn gbogbo, á ní pé hello. Is it that you don't understand what we are doing, or you are just believe that everything I say is correct? I'm too. You are lost.
You're like you're carried along with me.
No, you are not carried. If you are carried along, you are not way. To match the people matching next. And say, I'm not putting the profit of the associates. It's alright, you. Oh yeah. What next now? Our good that's number 5. Keep it number 5 now. Our good now. Oh yeah. Consideration page. How much do we pay, please?
Consideration page.
We pay for associates 1 million. For ordinary shareholder, subsidiary 1 million, right? Then NCI, let's see our 640, abi 640. We get the 1,640,000, right? I want to say net assets one. You do that, say 1.6, okay? 1.6 million. Look there, over 40. Now, that's our goodwill, right? But once you click on the question here, that's the function number E. Goodwill in our calling is impaired and should be fully written off. That is usually except Babylon. Don't you tell me that goodwill over. Now, the goodwill has been paid away and should be fully written off. What we pay our impairment of goodwill now. Impairment should be how much? Impairment should be 40,000 written off fully dash. What let me read again. Canada. What the way? The goodwill in our calling is impaired and should be fully written off. Full stop. Abi, what the way? An impairment loss. That's a bad statement entirely. An impairment loss of 92,000 is to be recognized where? That's for JAF. So that means this is our impairment loss now. So that's what actually we can select for number 6. That's select for number 6 here. Then post acquisition retained earnings of calling now. That's select for that's the oh yeah. As per financial position, you like 885. 885,000. Then our retained earnings, you like 200,000. I want to say pay please.
Yes.
Then what next? The under depreciation. So under depreciation, you like 30,000. Then the unrealized profits. Unrealized profits. How would you call the last time? 20,000. What do we do also? We remove it, Abi. Then what was there? Goodwill impairment, Abi. How do we get NCI? Fair value, Abi. What I say you should do? Subtract from this day first, Abi. Impairments of goodwill. How would you call it? 40,000. Then, so therefore, our post acquisition retained earnings. Anybody there? 595,000. So this is the profit that belong to subsidiary post now. So what do we do first? Give exercise when share before you forget everything now. Say share or post. Abi share or post acquisition retained earnings. What do we have? That will be 40% of 595,000. What do we call it, sir? 238,500, right? So 238, no 500 at the back. Okay. So if you have that, our total profits for the NCI, no information again, 878,000. So that's for the parent. That's for the NCI rather. So what next now? Let's go and put the. I was about to say something here last time. People will jump and see people here. Now, if I will buy, look at this transaction between Koski and JAF. This one, we don't have to use this one. What be the other leg of this as I can now? From where? Inventory of the buyer, okay? That's you have to go for inventory. Look, I will leave by you. Hello, who is that person? Parent to JAF. Who is the associate? I can't work associate now. Anytime there's a transaction between parent and subsidiary and associate like this, you don't calculate. You don't get it. Hello, look up now. This is not your actual unrealized profit. It's not your what? Now, in associate, you don't acquire 30. You now say multiply by 30%. You know, low.
4,800.
So this is actual unrealized profits. How much is it? 4,800. So this is the profit that you have to treat now. Check out the value. If it's subsidiary, do you need to multiply by anything? No. But what is the chief parent and associate? Whatever you get as your profit, you have to multiply by the holding of that parent in that associate. It could be 10%, so it could be 20%, 30, 40. You have to multiply it. Whatever you get now, that's the profit of that profit within the associate. Now, who is seller? So you survive for the profit of the cost. Let's go and do that now. So before you go to that angle, you will determine number 7 now. The post actual profit of subsidiary of that sort of that associate. That's JAB. Post acquisition retained earnings of JAB. Now go back to the question again. As per financial position, you know what is here? 390, abi? 390. Then let's pre-retain earnings of that JAB. You know that it's in the 150, abi? 150. You know who's left? 240. So this is the post acquisition retained earnings of that associate now. The next now you have to work out around the fees. We said that when you acquire associate, when you acquire associate, you don't consolidate. You don't do what? The only thing that will show in your account is the investment in associate. Is what? And I still say that when you are trying to calculate the investment in associate, you must use equity method. You must use what? So now, let's start with what is now. Number 8 now. Investment in associates using equity what? Equity method. How do you do that? It's very easy. Equity method is not the cost of the investment. But 500,000. That's the cost. 500,000. Then you now add share, that is share of post acquisition profits from the associates. Now, can you see now? Equity method is saying the cost of the investment, 1, then you add the profit from associates from the day you acquire to the day you are consolidating now. In the profit 240. Then you acquire 30%, right? And you do that for it will be what? 240,000 multiplied by how many percent now? 30%. You don't get 72,000. Hello? Now, on a good day, if there is no other information now, that should have been our investment. And by the way, 572,000 on a good day now. If there is no information, if there is no taboo sales, if there is no impairment on investment, that should have been our investment associate. But in this question, there was a taboo sales. Who said the goods? Parent to cost their this 480, you will survive from the investment in associate. Now say unrealized profit now. Let me put this in the way now. Realized profit. How much is it? 4,800. Surprise. Are we there? Hello? Subtract that profit from the investment we have in associate. But cannot family. What will be the other leg now? Survive from the profit of the parents. And that the other leg, right? Yeah. Now, if it was to be JAB that sold it to parents, the same thing, subtract from this place like this, then also subtract from the inventory of parents. Am I talking now? Am I talking? Either of the way, we'll look at your investment in associates. While parent lower, the other leg will be what? Profit of the parent. But if associate is lower, the other leg will be what? Inventory of parents. That's how you treat your real profits. The finally now, you were told that there was impairment test on the investment associate. How much? 92,000. Abi, get it? Version number E. Abi, an impairment loss of 92 million naira is to be recognized on investment in JAM. So we're going to say impairment loss. Impairment loss. You know pay 92,000. What do we do? Subtract. Yeah, in view of that, our investment in associates. Investment in associates. You know, Jeremy? You go. 475, 200. That's it. Then finally now, box number 9. Consolidated retained earnings of who? Of Koski, the parents. So, as per financial position, how much the profit of the parents? Yeah. How much the profit of the parents? 1,460,000. 1,460,000. Before we go far, quickly give the share of subsidiary. Yeah. Share of post acquisition retained earnings of who? Of Akoli, right? Yeah, look for
355.
that will be 595 times 60%. 357,000 abi. Then the profit from associates. Ela Balowe. Olile 72,000. You have to add it to this page also. So that means that the profit from associates now you treat it twice. Abi, one goes to where? Investment associates. Another one go to where? To the parent. So profit from associates. Profit from associates. Ela pay 72,000. We add it. Then unrealized profit. Who sold it? Parents are the what do you less it down. Unrealized profit to associates. Ela pay 4,800 and you subtract it. Now the main one thing now. Impairment loss of investment. Am I talking? What you don't have the investment and the better go has been impaired. It's a loss to you. So therefore, impairment loss on associates. How much is it? 92,000. So have we done that? That will be the profit that belongs to the parents. So, where am I going?
Impairment loss in associates.
Yes.
But shouldn't it be the percentage?
No. The asset belong to you. All the investment belong to you. All this investment now. Your investment should have been 5,572,000. Abi, this is your investment. Only level you plus one account here. And when time you prepare your asset, what do? Try to wear expense, Abi. That's what we are doing here. You will reduce the asset value, Abi, and we start with the expenses. That's what we are doing here. So you are not calculating percentage. This is the value of the investment that belongs to you now. Open for him, relay. If you that, what do we have total?
1 million.
We go 1,792,200. That is the. So the next one is let's go and consolidate. So in order to consolidate, what do we do? We go to our financial position, Abi. I think we are done with all our just working. So, am I covered here? Who is that person? Koski, right? Koski. Then our statement of financial position, the statement of financial position as at when 31st December 2012, Abi? 2012. Just put your date like that. So our asset column. How do we have the assets? What do we have first? We have a freehold property, right? Am I talking?
Yes.
Our freehold property. Our freehold property. Parent owned. I'm just keeping 1950. Subsidiary owned 1250. Associate owned Don't touch. God is not to be consolidated. Am I so comparing? But what do we have to add next? Equal adjustments. It looks there 370, have you? So plus 370 now. Plus the 370. What do we have in total? 3,570,000, have you? Okay. Next, plant and machinery. Plant and machinery. Parent owned 795. Subsidiary 375. What do we do? Associate. Don't add. Please don't make that mistake by adding associate to your group account. It's not to be consolidated. How do we have? We have 795. 1,170,000. Okay, next one should be that investment will disappear, Abi. We should allocate by what? By goodwill first, Abi. But how much are goodwill remaining now? That shall be the investment in associate now. Investments in associates. In associates. Hello, Ale. Abi, 475,000. 475,200. Abi, so our total asset for now. Then what do we have? We have our current asset now. We have total non-current assets. Non-current asset total 5 million 215,200. So our current asset now, we have inventory first, right? Inventory first, parent owned 575, subsidiary owned 300 minus the interval sales to DAF. How much is it? For it, okay, we have already, okay, that's 30 already, okay, let's clear very. The interval sales to parent, a local, to Abi, according to to cost you, right, Abi? So how much is it? 20,000. What do? We remove it. 20. That's the double or a lot profit. Yeah, people are 855, Abi, 1,000. Okay. Then trade receivable. Parent owned 330. Subsidiary owned 290, Abi. Don't add associate to it. What do we have? 620,000. Then cash. Parent owned 50. Subsidiary owned 120. Together 170,000. So total now 1,645,000. 200,000. We have total asset now. Total asset 770, Abi. If I'm correct, 6,870,200, Abi. Oh, sorry, 600. 860. This is 6. Oh, yeah. So that should be our total assets. So our total assets. So let's go for equity side now. For equity side, the equity and liability. So ordinary share of parent alone. Our position always that the one that belong to subsidiary always disappear, Abi, and if you calculate is goodwill. So only parent alone. Parent alone. Yeah. Ordinary share of parent 2 million. Then our retained earnings of parent, we already calculated 1,9,792. Am I correct? 1,792,200. Abi? Then I think no. We have our total. It will be 3,792,200. Then our NCR. What our NCR last time? 878,000. Now the 878,000. Then followed by our liability side. So our non-current liability, 12% loan stock. The one for parents, 500. Subsidiary, 100. It was how much? 600. Then our current liability. Current liability, you have trade payable alone, right? No, it's two. Trade payable. Parents alone, 680. Subsidiary figure, 350. Please don't forget, you must not add associate. Look for what? 1 million and 30,000, right? Then bank overdraft, bank OD. You know there? For parents alone, 560. There's no subsidiary figure. To give us how much now? 1,590,000, are we? 1,590,000. So by the time we put them together, our total equity and liability. Equity and liability. Look for when 6 million. Okay, 6 million. 860 200. So that's how we address investment when there's an associate in place. So please, I think the major point that you should note here is that number one, just follow your step by step. You have to determine your investment in associates. What I call it, investment associate. The idea is that you must use equity method when you are proposing investment associate. How do you get it? It will be the cost, the amount you pay to acquire it. How much you pay? You pay 400,000 to acquire. Then on a good day, you add share of profit from associates. That is, you have to determine your post annual profit of associate, which is the financial position figure and also pre, which is disabled. So you give exercise don't share, which will be 72,000. And I said this profit has to be treated twice. As you are adding to the investment, you must also add to the profit of a parent, which is a profit from associate, 72,000. Then the online profit between parent and associate. I said when you compute the online profit from associate, the idea is that once you get the profit itself, that's not the actual variable that you're looking for. You must apply the percentage of your holding in that associate on that profit. Which you use what 4.8. And this profit depends on who sell it. If it's the parent that sold it to the associate, the first leg is that subtract from the investment in associates. The other leg will what? Subtract from the what? For the profit of the parent. But if it were to be associate that sold it, your one leg is that subtract from the investment in associates. Other leg will be what? Subtract from the profit of the parent from here. But here, who sold the inventory? Who sold it? Inventory. If it's the job that sold it to the parent, you have to look for the inventory. But if it will be parents that sold it to the job, you have to look for the profit of the parent. So that is the idea. So if you have that is the final answer to that question number page on page 83. So please, so away from that.
So now you mentioned that you added minus 20. Is there a left of?
For the one that belongs to between the parent and the subsidiary. But subsidiary sold is good to costly. So that you have to provide for the profit from the inventory of the buyer.